for him. Let her get the man she laid down with to pay for him. He goes free.
I never even slept with her.
It's happening to men across Michigan. They are being forced to pay child support as dads by default.
Doesn't matter if the men can prove the children are not theirs. Michigan law makes them pay anyway.
But tonight, 7 Action News reporter Kim Russell tells us that may be about to change.
Most people think you either have to adopt or conceive a baby to become legally responsible for a child. Under Michigan law, that is simply not how it works.
I was the father by default.
These 4 men came to the 7 Action News studios to raise awareness. You could become dad by default. There are a couple ways it happens. Pastor Edward Mack says his previous wife had 3 children. He loved them as his own. Then he realized 2 of them were not biologically his.
You must have been so heartbroken.
Kim, it was a hurting thing. I don't even really want to talk about it because it brings tears to my eyes. Sorry for getting teary-eyed.
Pastor Mack says the betrayal led to divorce. He was shocked when the judge told him because he was married, he became dad by default. He had to pay support for another man's children.
Let her pay for him. Let her get the man she laid down with to pay for him. He goes free.
I never even slept with her. I got a lawsuit when I was young, and she basically just said, that's the money I'm gonna get, and she got it.
Reginald Whitlow, Anthony Sims, and Carnell Alexander have similar stories. They say women named them out of nowhere. In 2014, 7 Action News told Carnell's story and found the mother. She said she was told in order to get welfare benefits, she needed to name a father. She knew he wasn't the dad, but wrote down his name anyway.
Everything is my fault that I put him through.
Do you think that he should have to pay this money?
No, he shouldn't have to pay it at all.
Then these men missed paternity hearings because they were either sick or did not receive notice. Carnell had proof. He was in prison when a process server claimed he was served at a house in Highland Park. When they didn't show up at court, a judge ruled them dads by default. They then missed their chance to challenge it with DNA evidence by the court deadline because they couldn't find the women and children.
They wouldn't give me her address because it was confidential.
These men all eventually got DNA tests backing their stories. Too late.
Oftentimes it does make a difference.
Representative Jim Runstead says those DNA tests should make a difference. The Republican from White Lake says he heard the story of Carnell Alexander on 7 Action News and decided to take action. He says this year he hopes to pass legislation that would protect men from being forced to pay for another man's children. Plus, women and process servers who lie should face stiff legal consequences.
This is wrong. Deceiving and lying and obligating people who are not supposed to be obligated to pay bills is wrong.
These men don't just want the law changed to protect others. They want compensation.
I'm getting garnished. I'm getting thrown in jail. I'm getting felony charges.
You have taken our lives. Change that law.
Representative Runstead says he has written 5 draft bills that aim to prevent such fraud, protecting both men and children. He says he plans to introduce them within the next month. Kim Russell, 7 Action News.
Information in a story first exposed about the state ordering a Detroit man to pay child support for a kid that everybody agrees isn't his.
As 7 Action News reporter Kim Russell tells us, the court has made him a wanted man until he pays up.
When I exposed this story, I thought someone a friend of the court would fix a clear injustice. Instead, a warrant has now been issued for Carnell Alexander's arrest. For him, it's deja vu. In 1991, during a traffic stop, Carnell Alexander got a shock. Police arrested him. His crime? Being a deadbeat dad.
I knew I didn't have a child, so I was kind of blown back.
He told 7 Action News he would later learn this happened because his ex needed help.
I had to turn to welfare to get assistance to take care of them, and I had to put him down as the father. That was the only way I can get assistance.
That started a paternity case. A process server then turned in this paper saying Carnell had been notified at a house in Highland Park. So when he didn't show up at court, he was legally listed as dad. The problem? Carnell didn't get notified. He wasn't even at a house in Highland Park. He was in prison for a crime he committed as a young man. And by the time he learned about the paternity case, judges told him it was too late. Legally, he owes the state more than $30 grand for assistance paid to care for a child.
I did not father, that I did not biologically create or spend any time with throughout my life. I find that very unfair.
Carnell says he won't pay. He tells me tomorrow he will turn himself in.
I will go to jail if I have to because I'm tired of the situation of the mishandling of the case.
I don't think that's right.
Murray Davis from the National Family Justice Association says there are thousands of men in Carnell Alexander's shoes because Michigan does not have paternity fraud laws that protect men.
Michigan does not recognize paternity fraud in the sense that a person who has been found not to be the father is relieved of those obligations.
I did reach out to friend of the court and was told that they cannot comment on open and active cases. Carnell, in the meantime, plans to go to court and turn himself in tomorrow with his attorney, who hopes to convince a judge to let him go free. We'll let you know what happens. Kim Russell, 7 Action News.
All right, Kim, certainly a lot of people watching that.
All right, now under current Michigan law, a man may not be the father but still owe child support for children who clearly aren't his. But a bill moving through the state legislature is looking to change that. That bill would protect men from being forced to pay for another man's child. State Representative Jim Runstead introduced the bill, and he's here along with Carnell Alexander, the head of Dads by Default and the Carnell Alexander Foundation. Thank you so much for joining us this morning.
Thank you.
First of all, Carnell, tell us a little bit about your story. You're the victim of this type of procedure and this type of, I want to say mix-up, but it's not a mix-up.
No, it's not a mix-up. It's blatant mishandling of legal documents. I put it in that terms. Somewhere in the year of 1989, a child support case was brought to the court against me, but at that present time, I was incarcerated. So the process server lied and said he encountered me at my dad's house, and I refused to sign the paperwork. So that paperwork got pushed into the system, and they started the bill.
So that's when the clock started running. You clearly were not served because you could not physically have been where they said they served you.
Right.
Let's fast forward this. How long had that clock been ticking? How much money accumulated? And how did they try to get this money from you?
Well, I'm a construction worker for Locals Labor 1191 here in Detroit. And as I began to put my life together after coming home from prison from the encounter that I had when I was a younger man, I started to work construction, and they started to deduct it out of my salary, take my tax form, income taxes and stuff like that.
So they began taking money for children that were not yours. Representative, how common a situation is this, and how does this even happen?
Well, there was a study done down south for individuals who the mother was applying for assistance. Almost 1/3 were not the father that was named. What happened to Carnell is a prime example. He was not the father of this child, and the mother knew he was not the father's child, so she knowingly made a false allegation. The bill that we have on paternity fraud is that it is a misdemeanor if you are knowingly making a false allegation that this person is the father, because it destroys lives, as Carnell has underwent. We also have a bill that's going to pass tomorrow, and that is to make it perjury for these process servers to lie. What happened in his case was an example that, fortunately, he had the evidence to say that it was a lie. If he didn't have that evidence, he would be owing $130,000 in back child support for a child that is not his because of the mother was not truthful and the process server was not truthful.
But, from a logistics standpoint, we all know the child is not, for instance, Carnell's. The mother admits it. DNA tests prove that, and there was no relationship, you weren't married to the woman.
No.
So how in the world can he just be put on the hook and say, you know something, you're just stuck. Good luck.
It's unfortunate that in a situation like that, where a mother who knows he's never had a relationship with this man, he is not the father, can name him, and if there is a process server who is not truthful and says, well, I served you, you have 21 days to respond. If you don't, you are on the hook for that child support for the rest of that time with that child.
Well, thank you so much for bringing a spotlight on this and doing your work in Lansing. And Carnell, thank you so much for sharing your story and putting a spotlight on this. I appreciate it. I appreciate you both.
Listen, I know I personally on this channel have beat the child support topic to death. But I can't help myself when I see the things that I see. Now I've attached, as you see, 3 clips to the beginning of this, and this is just to top everything off. But this page, Crimes in the Detroit, I'll read it. The title is Michigan's Child Support Unit Projected to Reach $300 million in collections by March. Now let's think about that. Just on that title alone, Michigan's child support unit. The child support unit, they have an entire unit dedicated to collecting child support. Okay. But yet we still have children that live in houses that aren't adequate, equipped. Kids still go to school in these areas with clothes that don't fit them. There are kids that are still malnourished despite being on fucking food stamps. All this shit, but you have a unit dedicated to collecting $300 million in child support by fucking March. The caption is, Michigan Attorney General Dana Nessel's child support unit is expected to reach $300 million in collections by March. Quote, our office has an obligation to take action on behalf of Michigan's children when one of the parents fails to meet their responsibilities, Nessel said. Unquote. Well, unquote, then Nessel said. Now, that first statement right there, when one of the parents fails to meet their responsibilities. I wonder, I don't have the number, but I wonder how many people who collect, well, let's be real, what percentage of people who collect child support are men? So generally speaking, I wonder how many women who collect child support aren't on some type of assistance. But yet you somehow are absolutely being responsible, taking care of your responsibilities. What the fuck is your responsibility when you're getting help? Quote, I am proud of our child support unit and the work they do to ensure the kids we fight for are properly supported, unquote. You know what would be a really, and I'm not exaggerating or joking, I'm fucking serious. You know what would be a step to make to ensure that these same fucking kids, that nobody, let's be honest, nobody really gives a fuck about these kids, let's be real. We do all this shit, say all this shit, but we don't really care. Because to this point that I'm making now is, wouldn't it be a necessary step to not allow certain people to make any more kids after a certain point? We can cry and say that it's inhumane and all this shit, but is it not inhumane to have all these kids and when you can't take care of them? Have a bunch of kids by different parents, male or female, I don't care who the fuck you are. My mom has a friend. This chick has the last time I checked, I don't know if she's done it again. But the last time I checked, she had 8 kids, 5 daddies. Getting 1,000 in food stamps every month. Living in a 3-bedroom house. 2 refrigerators and a fucking mess. I seen it with my own eyes. But yet we won't say that, oh, she's not taking care of her responsibilities. Are we? Are we? Wouldn't it be a responsibility for you to not reach 8 by 5? You're not a piece of lumber. You're not a doorway. 8 by 5. That's what she is. She's 8 by 5. That's her name now. 8 by 5. But we're not going to take these kids. She didn't have to be forced to get some type of tube tied. Same thing for the dudes that walk around with all these fucking baby mouths. We really would just talk about some simple shit like child support and say that's the responsibility and what we need to focus on. Damn. Where was I? The unit, incepted in 2003, so the past 17 years they collected this much, has collected necessary financial support for 20,000 children. Since January 2019, the unit has collected approximately $26 million in child support. So in just 1 year, they collected 20. That's over $2 million a month in just the state of Michigan alone. Now, I know on a case-by-case basis that number probably isn't high, but wouldn't that also prove my fucking point that you have that many cases of child support in one state? Not people planning kids or having a solid structure, or none of that, but just fuck, get pregnant and do some shit like this. Responsible. Failing to pay child support is a felony in Michigan, and criminal failure to pay child support cases are handled by the Attorney General's Child Support Unit. A fucking felony. A felony. How? How the fuck is it? I wish I had my fucking tablet next to me so I could Google, because I don't want to leave the screen. But how is not paying child support on the same table as like homicide, drug dealing, all this shit? It doesn't say if you don't pay child support and the kid goes homeless. It doesn't say if you pay child support and, like, I don't know, the kid can't go to school because he's not properly clothed. They just simply don't pay child support. So she could be living, this kid can be living pretty good, okay at least, of all the assistance, if that's the case. But because you didn't pay, felony, nigga. Really? This is by default felony. To a person, though. Not to the state. So this really tell you, like, what this shit really is about. It can't be this simple to be a felony. The largest single collection to date is $464,476 collected from a pediatric neurosurgeon in 2005. How the fuck do you get $500,000 behind in child support? Let's think about that. Let's say that's the total over 18 years and it's back child support, right? And back child support, honestly, like, really? You're charging me for some shit that's no longer relevant. You've already done it. We're here now. We're at the finish line. You want this shit now? How the fuck did you make it work without me for 18 years? Let's read these fucking comments. Y'all better pay up, because this shit is funny to women, right? So hilarious. Y'all better pay up. But you tell her to close her legs. Oh, just be this. Shut up. She has a nice profile picture. I wonder why she needs you to pay up. Baby, my man waiting, huh? Child support case and waiting, huh? And you know what's crazy? Chicks like this always have, what the fuck is that in the background? What is she advertising? Come on her face? And chicks like, look at this. As I fucking expected. Is that her kid? Ladies, why the fuck do y'all do this shit? Ass picture, twerking video, fucking half naked picture. Look at my kid. Bro, the dudes who follow you, they follow you for this. But you're going to also bring those same dudes' attention to your kid. Y'all don't find this a little distasteful at all? Just a little bit? Oh, R. Kelly's a pedophile. Ass, titties, twerk. My kid. All right. Alrighty. Okay. That fucking wig is hideous. I wonder who she got on child support. But, and here's the thing. For somebody who says some shit like that, y'all better pay up. I'm pretty sure if you asked her, oh, my baby daddy ain't like that. He gives me the bag. I don't have to worry about shit. God damn it. How can you be proud of this now? So exactly. You didn't focus on shit else but child support. And it's so typical because I actually had a back and forth with a lady on Twitter a few days ago. And we got, out of nowhere, child support came up. No, the lady said, one thing men always have is audacity. And I jokingly, I was a smart ass and said, don't forget child support. We always got that shit too. And the lady replied with, I mean, deadbeats you think deadbeats shouldn't have to do something, blah, blah, blah. And it's like, it's so typical. Just because a dude is on child support, you write him off as a deadbeat. How? You don't have to actually prove I'm a deadbeat to put me on child support. You don't. All you gotta do is say, look, we ain't together and I don't want to pay me. I just want him to give me. I want to ensure that he gives me the money. That's all you got to do. I don't have to actually be a deadbeat. It's much deeper than just taking money, or that's a dude saying that, of course. Make sure y'all attack these unfit ass mothers, because y'all stay coming after the father like we don't do our part to take care of our kids. Let's look at these replies. Crystal replies, facts. Oh, somebody with common sense. Look at all these babies ending up on the news dead, sick or hurt. But it's the men that are deadbeat, right? Shake them. You get a fucking cookie. There you go. Let's see what picture she has up. Conservative. You see the difference? You see the difference? Good job, Crystal. Obi. Most of y'all don't maybe if y'all... What the fuck? Most of y'all don't maybe if y'all choice in women was better, or maybe stop leaving women when they get pregnant or when she don't let you get your way, then you might be able to find a decent woman. OB. Is that a dude or a woman? One of those women are everything type dudes. Okay. Whoever playing the hand I was... Can y'all pick regular names? I mean, I understand a nickname. Can it be a regular name? Why I gotta be this goofy playing the hand I was dealt? But he says, and it's still no justice behind it. I just hate the fact how everybody in the media attack the fathers like ain't no good ones out here. I've been on my own with 2 boys since their birth. No help from the state or any organizations, but let the shoe be on the underfoot. She would have been giving everything to live off of. But I completely get where you're coming from. Kids be found in dumpsters in a bag or box left for dead or already dead. God damn, that was difficult to read. I know I'm not the best English. I was a C student in English, but shit, I would have put a comma or a period somewhere in here. Somewhere. Like when I type shit like this, I randomly put stoppages somewhere in there. Damn, in the middle of a word at least, please. I don't even know what the hell she saw. She agreed. I don't know. Was she agreeing or disagreeing? I don't know. Damn, that was confusing. Yet again, this person says, who are you referring to? Because you can leave the negative BS to yourself and post on someone else's comment because you know nothing about me or what I did or do. God, who the fuck is this, dude? What the fuck? Private. Y'all kill me with this private shit. I want to be on the internet privately. Child support is big business. Yes, it is. Cookie. A lot of niggas gonna be locked up in 3 months. Yep. I'll give you my sperm. And here's another thing. They say if you give the mother something off the books, it doesn't count to her child support when she puts you on it because it's considered a gift. Why? If I'm giving her gifts, why would you not go, okay, he contributes to the household that his kid lives in some way, shape, or form. So let's see what these gifts amount to average monthly. What type of shit is that? Oh, they don't count at all. What the fuck? Really? So what if I gifted her transportation, food, utility? What if I gifted all this shit? You really gonna tell me, yeah, nigga, that don't count? Really? That doesn't count? I'm not saying that's the case all the time. I'm just saying for that to not count at all. That's so fucking stupid. And then I hear when I have the conversation with women, I get told shit like, I swear I heard this from somebody. She said, you know that's how it is. Does that mean keep it that way? So because it's fucked up, just keep it fucked up, but like just know it's fucked up. All right. Steve says, yeah, but some of us are our real dads, and you don't think our phones are allowed. Come, people. I understand typos, but goddamn. Let me start over. Yeah, but some of us, our real dads, and you don't think our phones are loud because our kids ain't near or worrying if something happens. I'm not right there to protect my child. My comment wasn't towards all the mothers who are true mothers. You guys are the real queens. What? But not all of us were blessed with that type of mother for our kids. I'm talking about the ones who make moves with other thoughts or concerns other than the kids. Oh, let me try to break down what he said and sum it up. And all right. So I'm only talking about the women who do the negative shit, not the women who do right, do what they're supposed to do. And then, of course, he throws the word queens in there because if you disagree with women and you want them to get off your back, just say queens. God damn. Fucking ass sucker. Bunch of bum ass niggas. A nigga that don't take care of his family can't be rich. What the fuck does that have to do with child support, nigga? Y'all coming with these fucking cliches and shit. I'm not gonna read all these. It's like 2,000 of them, but until I feel like stopping. To Fake Chip says, and do women understand that when the state lock men up for child support, the state give the people who own the prison $30K a year for a house a prisoner, and it only costs $5,000 a year to take care of a prison? So let me ask the women this: how much is the state giving you when you get locked up? Nothing. See, when they making money. Goddamn. Periods, commas, nigga. Damn. Moving on. I'm moving down some. This shit is terrible. No shit. I think I have overpaid. They took $43,000 from me in 2005, and he got commas. Thank you. And I've been paying child support since then for 15 years at $280 a month. My daughter's 25. My son is 23. My baby mama says she haven't received anything from them since 2016. So where the fuck is my money going? If she was on Medicaid when she had the kids and they paid for their birth, they collect money to pay the check back. I found out that when my baby daddy made $1,000 payment and I only got $900. Well, stop laying down with the wrong woman. You wouldn't deal with that problem. It's funny how, because when we tell women, pick better men, they start making these fucking quotes like, well, y'all just gonna tell men to do better. Well, y'all gonna tell these hoes to do better. Y'all gonna tell them to do better. Y'all not? I guess it's just us. Men lead the way. If you're a good father, no need for a friend of the court to get involved. Really? So we're really just, let's read this replies. Because there we go. Just because you're on child support means you're not doing your fucking job. Knowing damn well you don't have to actually be a deadbeat. Damn. Deontay says, if only it really went that way. Shake my head. So sad this is how the system is. Susie says, exactly. It'd be cool until he gets mad or someone moves on. You gotta do what he say when he say. And your money come when he feels like it with no repercussions. Oh, well, maybe you should lay down with the right man. You ever thought about maybe you should lay down with the right man? Huh? You want to lay down with the right man? Fuck out of here. You think that worked for 18 years? What do you think happened when he switched jobs or have more kids? Nigga, the money, that's thinner money. Why don't you pick who you lay down with? Pick better men, huh? The mother picks up the slack in each situation. Child support is an effective birth control for some guys. Yeah, some guys, because apparently it's not for women. It's actually an incentive. Get money from several different sources. And if he doesn't own up to his responsibility, it follows him. Yeah, that's if he has a legal job. That's if he has a legal job. Because conveniently, I see posts here and there about people who want to sit there and say, oh, y'all talk about child support. There's so many dudes that don't pay child support and they don't go to prison. Yeah, you want to know who those men are? The dudes who know that child support is only effective if you have a legal job. That's why y'all chicks out here, I like the bad boys. They're the ones that do this. They're the ones that approach. They're the ones that are this and that. Well, yeah, when they don't have a legal job and you get pregnant and try to put them on child support, then yeah, you're right. You do got to do what he say. Otherwise, that money stop coming. And guess what? You can try to call the police on them if you want to. But that tends to not really work out, does it? Pick better men. Pick who you get pregnant by. A little better. It's an effective birth control for men, but an effective revenge for a bitter ass. Crystal, there you go again. You, God damn it. Get a fucking cookie. What most women should learn to stop laying with men whom they probably didn't know for years. Get a good sense of him with no birth control. Oh, you get you get. No, I recognize that name. You said some bullshit earlier. You just broke even, nigga. It has nothing to do with years of how long you know them. People should stop having kids, period, if this is the outcome. We complain about how the system is against black men and they take up the prisons and jails. But you all have these women putting them there. Thank you. God. You know what? I'm gonna follow you. You deserve a follow too. Fuck following a chick that twerk. Follow women like that, damn it. And we gonna go like her pictures too. Hold on. Like on that one. Like on that one. That's a baby. Fuck that. Like, oh, she in Detroit? Bet. Like on that one. Like on that. You like all fucking day. There we go. Good job, Crystal. Where was I? And oops, now the man has a kid to take care of that he didn't want or was ready to have. If you can't take care of yourself, don't have a child. At the end, and that's real. That's not gender specific. That's both. That's both. At the end, it's a woman's body and her choice. They say. So if the man can't support the child, does that make him a deadbeat when she decides to still have the baby? When none of them can provide for it, me, I would never. Pro-abortions all fucking day. God. Who? Damn it, hold on. Yo, we taking Chris to the top. We taking her to the top. We getting her all types of shit. We getting her fucking movie deals, modeling we getting her up there. We promote her. Go fucking send her shit to LA. Hollywood. And Love Happiness replies, what this bitch gotta say. No tricking a man into getting a woman pregnant. Both parties are responsible. If both parties are responsible, how come only one goes to jail if they're broke? The fuck? He could easily protect himself. Well, so could she. She said abortions all day, you dummy. Every situation is different. And each person has a story that we are unaware of. Well, how the fuck do you make a general statement about how he should pick his partners and how he is this? Like, how do you double talk like this? Bottom line, both parents are responsible for taking care of the child to the fullest extent. So how are men the majority of child support payees? Or payers? Did I say that right? Anyway. Again, it's both women and men's responsibility to protect if a child is unwanted. Simple. To protect if a child is wanted. But what the fuck do you mean by that? To protect if a child is wanted? You mean wear a condom? That was a weird way to word that. Very weird. But then again, that still begs your question. Why are men the only ones going to jail over this shit? And Crystal responded, we gonna like this shit before you even read it. We're gonna like, I'm not even looking at my screen right now. I just know it's gonna be some good shit. All right, let's go, Crystal. What you got? I would say it should be more on us to protect ourselves. Damn. Woo. I wish I had the creative pitch to give that an actual woo. Let's try it again. Woo. Nah, that's good enough. Good enough. Because it's our choice. God damn, Crystal. God damn. Where was I? And in the end, and it's our bodies that get pregnant. And I'm not going to lay down with someone without a condom anyways. I use my brain, period. I'm not even going to make an oral sex joke at that line because Crystal's a fucking badass. Let's keep moving. Feel bad for those that chose not to. Sex ain't worth all that headache with the system. Oh my God. Oh. This is one. What was that word? What's that word I hate so much? What's that word I hate? She deserved it. Yes, she did. Yes, she did. All right, we can't. I'm not reading no more. I'm not reading anymore. No. Nope. Nah. I'm gonna end it right there. That's the best speech I've ever heard in my fucking life. And I graduated high school. That man. Look, let's get some hurrahs for Crystal in the comment section. And be right now, positive. We out.